26 points to 2. 4 tries in the first half and 5 goals. Just waiting for the Hulkington Rovers side to reappear. And they have a substitution on. Hulkington Rovers number 15, Andy Kelly. It looks like Lindsay Johnson of Hulkington Rovers has been substituted at half-time. So Lindsay Johnson has gone off. And Andy Kelly, the substitute for Hull KR, is on. There's Hulkington Rovers with the wind in their favour in the second half. Get the second half underway. And Brian Carbett juggles with it, but comes away with the ball and is tackled by substitute Andy Kelly. Mike Gregory. Tamati once more, goes left himself. This time it's Gittins, back to Bishop. Bishop with the kick. Bounces over the head of David Laws, but he recovers. Long pass out to Fairburn. Fairburn comes back inside, but meets Mark Roberts. Tom Gittins. Mike Gregory on the tackle. And a knock on. And a scrum down. 5 yards outside the Rovers 25. Bishop feeds, referee not happy. Bishop pulls blindside, has got the beat, he's going for the line, and that is going to be a great stride for Paul Bishop. His second of the day, straight from the scrum. A great drive from Paul Bishop, who just went past Gavin Miller if he wasn't there. The wingman David Laws had no reply, and Paul Bishop went in at the corner. And Warrington start the second half where they left off. Bishop scores his second try. So Paul Bishop to try and convert his own try. And it's a good kick, but just doesn't curl round enough. Warrington 30 points, Hulkington Rovers 2. And I doubt many supporters would have predicted that score. With just 2 minutes played of the second half. Dorahy once again kicks deep, and Mike Gregory takes it, gets past Andy Kelly, finally brought down by Chris Burton. Mark Roberts. Tamati, Tommy Gittins. Tamati goes himself once more, clears his own 25. Before he's brought down by Andy Kelly and Gordon Smith. Ken Kelly this time. On to Bishop. Les Boyd. Les Boyd still going. Beats two Mackley. He's away. Dummies. Good run again by Les Boyd. Finally brought down by Andy Kelly. 6 tackle. This is Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly looks for the gap. Still going. Ken Kelly throws the ball back. Zukemi gets it. Good tackle though by Mark Robertson, Mike Gregg. David Laws, this time it's out to Andy Kelly. Andy Kelly brought it down just short of the halfway line. Goes right, Gavin Miller, Dorahy, looks for the gap, gets out to Phil Hogan, but tackled by Mark Foster. Smith goes out to John Dorahy, cuts back inside, still going, good tackle though by Bob Jackson. Ilkeston Rovers. Gavin Miller onto Andy Kelly on the burst. Good run, gets out to Burton, Chris Burton, but slips as he tries to get past his sixth tackle. Gary Prome, Miller, long pass out to Fairburn. And David Laws bundled into touch. So scrum down. Halfway inside the Warrington 25. It'll be Paul Bishop to feed. Referee not happy with the scrums and brings them back to where the scrum started in the first place. They pat down once more, Bishop feeds and is penalised for feeding, and then an extra 10 yards sets Hull KR to within a couple of yards of the Warrington line. Hull KR then a chance to score the first try. Watkinson takes it, Miller, good tackle by Mike Gregory on Gordon Smith. Hull KR though, Gavin Miller still going, good tackle by Ken Kelly. Gary Prome. Zukem is acting halfback. Sends it out to Dorahy. Smith onto Hogan. And that's a knock on by Phil Hogan. And on comes Andy Gregory. As Warrington have the free kick. A further referee sees, so Andy Gregory comes on and Brian Carbett limps off. So Andy Gregory comes back after injury in the cup tie at Oldham as Bishop puts the ball into touch, but the wind not helping. But Warrington have possession on their own 25 with Tamati to take the tap. Jackson coming in strong once more, breaks one tackle, still going. Finally brought down by Andy Kelly and David Watkinson. Bishop goes himself, beats one tackle, still going. Finally brought down by Andy Kelly once more. Tamati goes blindside and tackled well by Zukem, but gets out to Andy Gregory. First touch of the ball, looks for the gap, beats two men. Gregory still going, but just falls down. Still but it's passed out to Les Boyd. It's taken well, and Hulkinston Rovers back in position with Josh Fairburn. This time it's Gary Prome, but Gary Prome well tackled and being pushed back well. And this time the touch judge is on. And Les Boyd is being penalised. A punch in the tackle on Gary Prome, and Hulkinston Rovers have the free kick. Just over 10 minutes gone in the second half. Warrington 30 points, Hulkinston Rovers 2. And a good kick from Fairburn. Takes play inside the Warrington 25. Rovers still searching for the first try. Run around move, Chris Burton coming on to Phil Hogan now to Andy Kelly, but a forward pass. So Rovers crossed the line for the first time, but a forward pass. And that's a knock on. And another scrum down. Gordon Smith has it, but being pushed back by Andy Gregory and Paul Bishop. John Dorahy, Gavin Miller, inside to Gary Prome. Gary Prome beats one tackle, still going. Good tackle though from Barry Peters. Miller onto Hogan. Phil Hogan makes a few yards before he's brought down by Ken Kelly. Swinging it out across the line now. Dorahy onto Burton. Burton finally tackled. This time it's Gavin Miller. Miller comes inside, gets the ball away, and a knock on. Another scrum down. So Paul Bishop feeds once more. And Hulkiston Rovers have possession with Gordon Smith. Smith still going. Finally brought down by Mike Gregory and Barry Peters. Hulkiston Rovers on the attack. Fairburn. Dorahy. Dorahy looks for the gap inside, and that looks like Mike Smith going over a long pass out. And that will be a try. John Lydiot. So John Lidgett opens Hulkiston Rovers try scoring. So John Dorahy taking a lot of time over this conversion attempt. So John Dorahy finally prepared to take this conversion attempt. But Sales in front of the posts, and it's Warrington 30 points, Hulkiston Rovers 6. So Paul Bishop kicks off. Gavin Miller takes it for Hull KR. Comes forward, tackled by Mark Roberts. With the assistance of Mark Foster and Mike Gregory. Watkinson. And Mark Roberts has it for Warrington. Warrington then on the attack. Mike Gregory. Mike Gregory straightens up. Brought down by Andy Kelly. Tamati. On to Jackson. Tamati. Tommy Gittins, but slips as he tried to jink back inside. This time it's Les Boyd. Les Boyd still going. Sixth tackle this time. Tries to get over himself. And it's there. But not given. So the referee disallows that Les Boyd try. From our position, difficult to see what happened as he kicked the ball through. But it's a scrum down right in front of the Hull KR sticks, with Gordon Smith to feed. And it comes out on the Hull KR side. Gordon Smith out to Gavin Miller. Gavin Miller finally brought down. Fairburn onto Zukema. Hull KR playing it through the forwards. This time it's Zukema, but meets Mark Roberts. Good tackle from Mark Roberts once more. This time it's played back to Fairburn. Swings it out and a long kick. Beautifully taken by Brian Johnson. Johnson cuts back inside, but a good tackle by Phil Hogan. Matt Foster on to Andy Gregory. Gregory. A lucky pass there to Barry Peters. John Doherty looking for the interception. This time it's Gregory once more. Brought down by Doherty and Andy Kelly. Tamati goes himself. Makes a couple of yards before being brought down. Gregory's acting half-back this time. On to Bishop. Kelly turns back left. Shakes off one, tackle still going. And now there's a fight here. Phil Hogan in there with Mike Gregory. Matt also in there, Burton. And on the bottom is Mark Roberts. So this game starts to boil over. So the referee having a long talk with both linesmen who are on the field. And calls over Huckiston Rovers' second row man Chris Burton, and Warrington loose forward Mike Gregory. And the decision, looks like, will be a scrummed out. Referee indicating in no uncertain terms what that was for. Both teams punching each other. And this time a free kick to Hull KR. Paul Bishop not retiring from the scrum. Gives Hull KR a free kick. Halfway through this second half. Fairburn with the kick, just short of the Warrington 25. Watkinson to take the second part of the penalty with the tap. Gordon Smith, a long pass out to Miller. And Miller loses the ball. Andy Gregory's away. Andy Gregory finally brought down by John Doherty, but sets Warrington up on the attack. This time it's Bishop on to Ken Kelly. Kelly comes inside. Good tackle over by Mike Smith. Tamati this time. Bishop, Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory stops, and he's well buckled up. This time it's Bishop. Bishop with the kick through. And Hull KR back in possession. David Watkinson comes up with the ball. Gordon Smith, long pass out to Gary Prome. Andy Kelly this time. Long pass, Gordon Smith juggles out to Zukema. And Zukema's well tackled by Bob Jackson and Tommy Gissins. Doherty. On to Phil Hogan, but a good tackle by Les Boyd. A kick by Dorothy, charge down. And this time it favours Hull KR and John Lydiot has it. And Hull KR have 6 more tackles. Andy Kelly going blindside. Brought down by Rick Thackeray. Gordon Smith. Gavin Miller. Dorothy. Mike Gregory has him tackled, but he gets it on. Mike Smith. Out to Gordon Smith. Gordon Smith still going, finally brought down short of the halfway line. Gavin Miller once more. Looks for the gap onto Phil Hogan. Phil Hogan, tackled by Barry Peters, who's injured in that tackle. And Phil Hogan looking injured as well. And it's a stretcher being called on for Barry Peters. So, not a pleasant sight to see on any rugby league ground, a player being took off on a stretcher. Barry Peters clutching, it looks like his ankle, and that sees Dave Allen come into the plate as Barry Peters is taken off the field, but Hull KR still in possession. Inside the Warrington half, Phil Hogan about to play the ball. So, Hull KR, Dorothy, on to Gary Prome, and Gary Prome's right through. He's only got Brian Johnson to beat. Gary Prome going for the corner, Johnson's coming across. He cuts inside and Gary Prome goes over for the try. So Guy Prone pulls a try back for Hull KR. And John Dorothy. So John Dorothy to try and pull 2 points back. And once again sails in front of the posts. And it's Warrington 30, Hull KR 10. Bishop restarts for Warrington. Taken by David Laws. So Hull KR. Gavin Miller. Onto Burton. Gets it back to Miller. But Miller's well stopped by Andy Gregory. Play back to John Doherty. Doherty with the kick. And it looks a good one, but Johnson has it. So Brian Johnson, but he's met by Gary Prome, and he's brought down. Mark Foster's acting halfback. On to Dave Allen, first touch. Beats one tackle. Clears his own 25 before he's brought down by Chris Burton. Kevin Tamati. Gregory. On to Mike Gregory. Tamati, Andy Gregory, Mark Roberts. Tamati acting halfback once more, on to Bishop. Bob Jackson. Beats one man, finally brought down by Zukemo. 6 tackle this time. Tamati. Bishop. And that kick is too long. And ball back. Midway inside the Warrington half. Gordon Smith to feed for Hull KR, and it's Warrington ball. Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory onto Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly shrugs off one man, still going. Finally brought down by Gary Prome. Andy Gregory looking for the gap, finds it, still going. Makes good ground, still going. Finally brought down by Gordon Smith. Good run from Gregory once more. Tamati this time, Bishop. A long pass out to Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts. But can't get past Andy Kelly. Tamati. Bishop. Gittins. Ten minutes left. Andy Gregory. And that'll be 6 more tackles. Andy Gregory's pass charged down by Phil Hogan. But Gregory recovers. This time it's Tamati. Dave Allen. Dave Allen clears the halfway line. Tamati once more. On to Les Boyd. Les Boyd charging in. Good tackle by Gary Prone round the legs. Boyd plays it to himself and loses the ball. Picked up by Gordon Smith. David Laws is acting halfback. On to Phil Hogan. Doherty. A nice pass out to Kelly. Kelly looked round for support. Finally knocked to the ground. David Watkinson's acting halfback. Sends it right to Doherty. Nice pass out. Mike Smith. Inside to Lydiot. But good tackle by Tamati. Doherty with a kick across field. Brian Johnson takes it. Gets it out to Mark Foster, well taken. Mark Foster straightens up past one man. Finally brought down by Gordon Smith on the halfway line. Les Boyd to Dave Allen. Dave Allen stopped by Chris Burton and Andy Kelly. Mike Gregory this time acting halfback. Bishop, Andy Gregory. And Gregory drops the ball. Buckingham have possession. Gordon Smith, Andy Kelly. David Watkinson this time on to Chris Burton. He's well tackled though by Les Boyd. And Andy Gregory has possession. And a free kick goes to Hull KR. Fairburn takes play into the Warrington 25 with that kick. So Watkinson takes the tap. Gavin Miller. Gordon Smith back to Miller. Nice pass out to Hogan. He's well tackled. And that looks like an injury to Mike Gregory. As Warrington look like they're in possession, and they are. Paul Bishop. Tamati this time comes away with the ball. Beats one man, still going. Good run by Tamati. Finally brought down. Midway inside the Warrington half. Ken Kelly's acting halfback. On to Jackson. Jackson can't take it. Rick Thackeray recovers. Well, that is a knock on. So a scrum down midway inside the Warrington half. And once again, trouble in that scrum. So they pat down once more. Smith prepares to feed for Hull KR. Bishop comes away with it, but the referee not happy with the scrum. And Smith will feed again. Smith feeds. Dorahy. This time it's picked up by George Fairburn. Dorahy's acting halfback. Goes himself. Gets away from Gittins and Jackson, going for the line. Good tackle though by Andy Gregory. But Hull KR on the attack once more in the Warrington 25. Mike Smith. Miller. Phil Hogan. Good tackle though from Les Boyd. Gordon Smith. Dorahy. Onto Burton. Got Mark Roberts and Dave Allen tackling well. Sixth tackle. Dorahy. Mike Smith. That's a good kick. But goes dead. And Warrington have a tap from their own 25. A little over 5 minutes left. Warrington leading by 30 points to 10. This time it's Les Boyd. Brought down by Gordon Smith and Andy Kelly. Tamati. Onto Andy Gregory. And Tommy Gittins hits off the ball. This time Les Boyd goes in. But play will carry on. Watkinson, Miller. Dorahy coming back inside. Tackled by Bob Jackson. Gordon Smith this time. Brought down. David Watkinson. Back to Gavin Miller with the gap. Gavin Miller going for the line. Brian Johnson's coming across and Gavin Miller scores. Gavin Miller pulls another 4 points back for Hull KR. So John Doherty, 1 goal so far. As this one. And he kicks that one for his 2nd goal. And that's Warrington 30, Hull KR 16. So Paul Bishop restarts. Stopped by Gavin Miller. David Laws. Good tackle though by Kevin Tamata. Mark Roberts there pitching the ball, but dropping it, he tried to go away with it, and that's a scrum down. Halfway inside the Rovers 25, just to the right of the posts. It'll be Gordon Smith who will feed, but the referee gives the free kick to Hull KR. Butting from Warrington. And George Fairburn will put this one into touch. So Hull KR back in possession, making a spirited comeback in the 2nd half. Gordon Smith, Zook Emmott. Watkinson, Chris Burton coming through. Still going. Brought down. Tamati quickly up, and Tamati has the ball. Warrington in possession, Tamati still going. Andy Gregory's acting half-back this time. Jackson cuts inside. 3 men bring him down. Bishop, Tommy Gittins comes back inside, looks for the gap. Can't get the ball away to Johnson. Tamati to Andy Gregory. Andy Gregory looks for the gap, beats 2 men, still going. Cuts inside, great run onto Ken Kelly. Ken Kelly tackled by Gary Prone. And finally picked up by Hulkinston Rovers wingman David Laws. Good break from Gregory. Kelly just low tackled as Hogan brings it away for Hull KR. Into the closing minutes. Doherty. Nice pass out to Gavin Miller, and Gavin Miller's away. But well taken by Ken Kelly. Great recover there from the captain. Bishop, Andy Gregory. Gregory cuts back inside, finally brought down by Zook Emmott. 6 more tackles. Tamati. Dave Allen. Virtually time. I want to look like collecting 2 more points. Gregory on to Les Boyd. Les Boyd though just couldn't get away from Gordon Smith. Bishop, Gittins, back to Bishop, brought down by Zook Emmott. Jackson goes himself, brought down inside the Hull KR 25 by Emma. This time it's Tommy Gittins, brought down by Watkinson, last tackle. Play back to Bishop, drop goal, it's there. Takes Warrington to 31, Hulkinston Rovers 16.
Man of the match award presented and selected by Rovers Warrington number 7, Paul Bishop.
Our man of the match going to Paul Bishop. 2 tries, 5 goals and a drop goal. Doherty, little kick, and it's a good one. Kelly kicks it, and then hammered off the ball. And Mike Smith, the offender. Warrington have the free kick. Now in the closing seconds. Tommy Gittins looks for the gap, nice pass out, but the pass from Tamati to Boyd wasn't taken. And now we've got a free kick to Hull KR over on that far side against Les Boyd. Hull KR have the free kick. So Hull KR throwing it across the line. Gavin Miller on to Doherty, but he can't take the pass. And that knock-on will result in a scrum. Paul Bishop to feed. That's one to ball. Andy Gregory. Gregory. His pass inside to Mark Foster, well taken. Mark Foster straightens up. Finally brought down by Chris Burton. Tamati to Boyd. Boyd charges forward. Finally brought down by Hogan. Tamati to Jackson. Jackson charges in once more. Attempted fist there from Miller. Lucky it didn't connect. Gregory. Bishop back to Gregory. On to Mark Roberts. Warrington finishing on the attack. Back. This time it's Bishop. Bishop straightens up, gets it out to Tamati, but Tamati angry with himself, not taking that pass. But nobody drops a pass on purpose. That's a scrum down. Hull KR come away with the ball. Doherty onto Fairbairn. This time it's Prome onto Laws. Laws gets it back to Fairbairn onto Doherty, but Doherty is well tackled by Mark Roberts. And there goes the hooter. Warrington win this important slalom Lager First Division Championship match against Challenge Cup semi-finalist Hulkinston Rovers by 31 points to 16. The star for Warrington, man of the match, Paul Bishop, 2 tries, 5 goals and a drop goal.